You know, I've learned a lot of things in the last 5 or 6 years out here about gear choices and backpacking and hiking. And so what I'd like to do today is look at 5 mistakes that beginning backpackers make and that you can avoid. Number 1 is, I've packed my fears. I've bought and carried things that I never used because I was afraid or really apprehensive about what I really needed, so I lacked the knowledge and experience to know what to bring along with me. I was afraid I was going to run out of food, so what did I bring? A lot of food. I was afraid I was going to be too cold, so what did I do? I brought a lot of clothes. I was afraid my electronics wasn't going to work, so I brought that and a whole bunch of other gadgets that I never used. Did you ever use the just in case rule? I did. I'll bring this just in case, I'll bring that just in case. Pretty soon I had a pack full of just in cases that I never used. All it took was a couple hikes with a super heavy and bulky pack to realize I need a different perspective. I need to take a lot of stuff out of this pack. So my advice to you is listen to people who have the experience and the knowledge and learn from them. Number 2 is my stuff weighed too much. My individual pieces of my pack just weighed too much. You hear me talk about ounces a lot. Well, ounces add up to pounds, and pounds means that I'm going to be more stressed, my body. I am going to take longer to get there. I'm going to be more uncomfortable, and at the end of the day I'm going to be pooped. I'm just generally not going to enjoy it if I carry too much stuff that weighs too much. I had a sleeping bag once, my first sleeping bag. It was a 40-degree bag that weighed about 5 pounds. 5 pounds. Until I learned that for a little bit more money, I can get a quilt that's a 20-degree quilt that weighs a lot less. And it's warmer, and it's more comfortable. Pay attention to weight. And my advice here is really just to take a look at all your choices, but consider weight as one of your primary factors in when you buy something. As long as it does everything that you want to do, get the lighter one. The number 3 thing that I learned is footwear. Get the right footwear. Very rarely are boots, hiking boots, ever necessary out on the trail. What I recommend is trail runners. Trail runners are light, they breathe, it's easy. Boots, your feet tend to sweat more, which means your feet are going to get more fatigued and more blisters and yucky. Trail runners, on the other hand, will they breathe a lot better, and they're a lot lighter, a lot less stress on your feet. If they get wet, they dry out faster. It's a good way to go. Socks is the other thing you put on your feet. Make sure they're wicking socks like wool. Wool dries fast and it keeps the moisture away from your feet, which means less blisters, less fatigue. Also keep in mind that recommendations of specific brands and specific models of footwear rarely work the same from one person to the next. What fits my foot probably isn't going to fit your foot very well, because my foot's all different than your foot. So my advice is to get footwear that fits you. They don't have to be super expensive. I bought a real cheap pair of shoes once, some of the best pair that I had. They fit me great, never caused blisters, never caused me any fatigue. It was fantastic. So get ones that fit you well, get ones that'll survive the trail, get ones that are lightweight, get ones that'll dry fast and keep you going. Also get footwear from a local store, because you can go on and try them right there in the store. If you order them online, you're going to have to probably order them and reorder them. You don't want to do that. But also local stores probably have a good return policy. You want to find a place that has a great return policy on these shoes, because you know they're expensive. Another thing I learned about footwear is that some people will buy high top shoes because they think they have more ankle support and that's better. I learned that high top shoes actually helps to weaken your ankle muscles. You might want to go see a physical therapist or some kind of trainer to help you strengthen up your ankles so you don't have to worry about expensive high top shoes. Don't go cheap on your critical gear like I did. Like your tent, like your pack, like your shoes, like your sleeping gear. There's nothing like waking up in the middle of the night in a rainstorm and your tent is leaking. Or that you're super uncomfortable on your mattress. Or that your pack rips into your shoulders or pokes you in the back all day. Don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money on those critical things. Set aside your budget to make sure that the important stuff is taken care of. Now I went super cheap on a tent that I bought, my first tent. It was super heavy and it leaked. So I had to go out and buy a whole new tent. One that I've had now for quite a while. Super happy with it. So take your time, spend a little money on it. You'll thank me later. And the last mistake I want to talk about today is clothing. So it's not a fashion show out there. My first set of clothes, I bought a whole bunch of it. I thought it was cool hiker gear. Ended up being not so great. So here's a system I have. I always do layers, right? Your first layer is going to be this thin weight wicking layer. You might want to bring along an insulation, like a fleece sweater or something. And then you want to bring along a jacket, a puffy, it can be synthetic or down. And then you want to bring a waterproof layer, which is like rain gear. That's basically it for your top. For your bottom, you want some nice sports underwear. Shirt, bottom, whatever. And then your pants. If you like shorts, great. If you like long pants like I do, great. You probably want to get nylon because nylon will dry faster and it's a little windproof. So it serves a lot of purposes and it works really well. Now go to a local store and get your clothes because you can try them on, you can see how they feel, you can see how they fit. You can try on different sizes, you can try on different colors and combinations of things. It's just a better deal to go to a store, go try them on. It might be a little bit more expensive locally, but you know you're going to get what you want and you need. So do that. So thanks for watching the video today. I hope it helps you out. Those are just 5 of the tips that I've learned about gear choices along the way. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like, share it with your friends, but mostly leave comments. I want to know about your worst gear choices over the years. Maybe we can all learn from each other. Anyway, appreciate you tuning in. See you next time.